Now, watch this. I'm going to take this, starting right here at the beginning of the song, copy it, go to the end, paste it. Are you ready? Boom. So what we have here is a very common formula. I wanted to get to this, and it may extend just a little bit into our time, but I wanted to show you a different genre. And I wonder if anybody's heard this before. Can you hear? Everybody hear?
Mhm. Yes.
And actually, let's see, I was going to do this first. Let me get rid of that. Has anybody heard it?
No.
Nobody. All right.
The fast tempo.
It's usually a little slower. It's about so many falling by the wayside. Lord, help me to stand. And maybe by the way I sing it, can you already tell what kind of song it is? Um, I think it might be kind of accurate to say it's kind of, in some way, African American. It has influences that
Mhm.
probably came from Africa, although people are not sure. But it's the song, the kind of song that we might now call a spiritual or something like that. Um, and there's a lot of congregations here in LA that sing some of these songs exactly like this. I grew up around these songs all the time. Now, you probably have heard this one. How many have heard this one?
Know the words.
There's like little variations on how it sung, right?
Uh-huh.
But we've all heard it. This is a really nice song. I've been wanting to find out where it comes from. Somebody around here sings it all the time, and I've never been able to find out where it comes from. There is one Lord, one faith, and one baptism. We ought to tell it wherever we go. There's a great chance for repeating here. Tell it, tell it, tell it, tell it. We ought to tell it, tell it, tell it, tell it. See how the echo's easy? Tell it, tell it, tell it. We ought to tell it wherever we go.
Brother Hinckley, the first time I heard that song, Robert Darby from Chattanooga was leading it. And
Oh,
so he
mhm.
mentioned something about where it came from. I don't know.
Good, good. Help me track it down. Because it's a great song, scriptural song. Okay, how about this one? How many have heard it?
No.
Only one? Oh, wow. I am a hard fighting soul. Little fast. I've got the tempo up there. Bringing souls to Jesus by the service that I give. Anybody heard this one? You've got to take the Lord with you, children, everywhere you go. Nobody?
No.
All right.
That's plagiarizing. You got to fish for the master.
Actually, this is a traditional one. Yes. And those words were added to this traditional melody, right? All right. How about this next one?
Yes.
G, a little faster should be, but whatever. Jesus in the morning, Jesus at the noontime. How many? Have you heard it?
I've heard something like that.
Jesus, Jesus, when the sun goes down. All right. So there's several, and depending on who's here and where you've been, then more or less people would get some of them, right? Like I was actually surprised you knew the one about one Lord, one faith, one baptism. That's great. I want to find out where that comes from. A lot of these are like really well known around here. And again, some places in LA where they sing it, right? Like many, that's again the thing about choruses, right? Often they're not in the book, and so they're well known if people sing them, right? There's not necessarily that many of them that you turn the page, you said, oh, let's try this one, because they may not even be in the book. So let's just take a look at this first one. And at first listen, it might sound kind of boring. And I want to ask you what might sound kind of boring about it. Okay, what have you seen about it so far?
Repeats 3 times.
Yeah, it repeats a lot. And what repeats a lot? Do you happen to notice what repeats a lot?
The rhythm.
Melody and
The rhythm, definitely. And then there's one note that repeats a lot.
The do.
Do, 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 do. Right? There's a whole lot of do. There's also something, and a few melodies are like this, but it might stand out. There's no T anywhere. And we won't get into it right now. Maybe after the break is when we'll talk some about this. But the whole harmony of classical music, we call it, and hymn writing and everything, it all kind of goes around what we call the 5-1, so do, and usually you got that ending with a T going to a do. But here we don't really have that at all. So what we have is something that's really based around harmony. These things work specifically because of harmony. Okay? So here we've got do, right? All the way across. But then it changes to the 4. Instead of making a big deal about 5 and 1, these songs, they're based on 1 and 4. So what note would I give the bass for the 4 chord, Stephen?
Fa.
Fa, right? And then another fa, then it goes back to do. And then again, do. And then a drop here to fa. Do. Fa. Do. And sometimes we get what we call the turnaround, where it moves kind of fast at the end. So what do I have in my bass? If you know what that,
Do's and fa's, or are you looking for something else?
yeah, do's and fa's. That's it. That's all we've got. And that's actually very unusual, because in a hymn, you would always end up with a 5-1. You'd have a lot more 5s in there, but this is what the harmony sounds like for this song. Just the bass. We're not going to fill in all the words and stuff. Hear that change? All right. So what do we've got?
Do's and fa's.
Do's and fa's and do's and fa's. Right? Now watch this. I'm going to take this, starting right here at the beginning of the song, copy it, go to the end, paste it. Are you ready? Boom. So what we have here is a very common formula. And just to let you know, sometimes some of the notes will be changed a little bit. We'll be talking about how you can change, add some more chords there to make it interesting, but it's all based on this. And it's funny, I think of it, for one of a better word, as the blues. It's the blues is based on this, and this is kind of like a gospel chord progression, we call it, that just comes up again and again. Like there's so many songs that are sung that have this. So this one, we have what's called a pickup first, and then it starts right here. Do again, but now we change the harmony. That's the key to these songs. You keep hearing do, but the harmony is what changes. And we probably would change some of that harmony there, but that's the basic.
What's the name of that song?
One Lord, One Faith, One Baptism. I guess because I've just heard it. People just have sung it, so that's the one we're trying to figure out. Right? Okay, where it came from. All right, Hard Fighting Soldier. Same thing, but that chord change is the key. Yeah. This one usually changes a little bit still. It's the same. Okay, and the last one. It's, man, too bad more people don't know this one. This one I thought was pretty well known. If you look it up, you'll hear a lot of people singing it.
I think I only know just like the snippet where it's like this little light of mine, like that part. I think more people know.
Of course, yep. And there's some changes to this one usually, but we'll see how this is. And then it continues, and is that this last one? Same thing. You see what I'm putting in every time? Same formula. Jesus, when the sun goes down, goes down. All right. So, get the idea?
Yes, sir.
It's so here's the key. I mean, the interesting thing about this, these songs are simple to write because they all just revolve around do, and then you add a little bit to it. So many falling by the wayside, Lord, help me to stand. So something that you might want to try is try your hand at writing one of these. And whatever you want to say, it can usually be very simple. Lord, I just want to thank you, Lord. Lord, I just want to thank you, Lord. Lord, I just want to thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. It's starting to sound like some other songs too, right? But there's a lot of songs that have this, and so if you just find your way to sing it a little different and some different words, we can plug in this formula, and it's easy to write a fun song. And as I said, a new genre maybe for you, something that you haven't worked with before. And by the way, really quick, notice we had the syncopations. You guys remember we looked at that last time? Otherwise, it would be so many falling by the wayside. Lord, help me to stand. Right? But with this, Lord, help me to stand, that gives it that little push ahead, which again makes it not an old hymn, right? It gives it a different feel to it, but it depends on the feel that you're looking for. And I wrote it down the way people usually sing it. And the last thing, like we said before, they usually will swing the eighth notes just a little bit. So many falling by the wayside, Lord, help me to stand. So many falling by the wayside. And it really does usually sound a little boring unless you have that harmony in the background. And what we're going to do in hour 2 is learn how to harmonize this. What's missing?
Tenor.
The bass.
And
Alto.
got the bass there, yeah.
Tenor
So-
and alto.
The only thing we haven't done with the bass is like actually put it in like words, right? But we know what the bass is going to do. So we're missing the alto and the tenor. And that's what we're going to fill in. We're going to learn how to do, for those of you new to harmony, this is going to be your chance to do some simple harmony and have fun with it. And for those of you who've done harmony, we're going to learn a few different things that we use in this genre that make it sound unique, that make it sound different than the old gospel hymn kind of style. All right, any questions?